Derek, my friend, is in front of you is I gave you a handout. Everyone has their handout, guys. The handout, the first page here, let me just go over what you have in front of you. The first page is actually the schedule, the estimating and project management schedule that we're going to be doing. I'm going to walk through with you guys. It's 2 pages. So that's the first 2 page. Then I have 2 syllabi for the 2 classes. I have syllabi, guys, started syllabi 2. This is 22050, Electrical Estimating and Management Application. That's our theory. Can you guys see that? And then we do have the second one. Oops, we have 2240, which is the lab. So we have 2 projects. We have 1 project. We have multiple projects we're going to be doing, but we have 2 classes, 1 lab and 1 lecture. And we're going to walk you guys through the estimating and project management in these 2 classes. Cool. Comments before we go ahead and start. Everybody see what you guys have in front of you. So do me a favor. Let's go ahead and go over them. My plan today is to go over them, orient you to what we're going to be doing this these 7 weeks. And but before I go, you guys have a hard copy of it. There's also a soft copy on it. So let's just go talk a little bit about logistics. How are you guys going to be interfacing with your friend Chad? If you guys go to the network, on the network, the instructor folder, you have 2 folders already set for you. This is called Spring. I'm sorry, you have a folder -2 Spring Estimating and Project Management. Can you guys see that folder? If you double click on it, you're going to have the 2 classes at them. So when I have my lectures, the 2 classes that we have in a standalone is sold semester number 4-2 Spring Estimating and Project Management in the instructor folder. If you go to your team, you should see the same thing for your teams. Let me just go back. Okay, so here you go. If you go to team 1, can you guys see what says Spring Estimating is your team? In your team folder, you're going to have the same thing, except the information you have a commercial project. So who's team 1? Team 1. So if you go to your team 1, you're going to find, first, of course, we just finished the residential, the commercial, the industrial, right, with me this year. Now we're going to estimating. All your work is going to be put right into the estimating folder, in your team folder. So when I tell you guys to do estimating lab, you're working on the lab item, right? You click on the lab and you're going to find lectures. If I have any lectures, I'll put the lectures here for you when I have the lectures. Or you can copy them from the instructor folder and put them there. Syllabi, I don't have the syllabi in this folder. I do have it in the instructor folder. You feel free to go and put it. But the most important thing, guys, is the projects. That's where you're going to be doing projects here. Click on the projects. You're going to have, we're going to do residential project, commercial project, and industrial project. When I say project, a takeoff, estimating and project management. So we're going to do a takeoff, mainly takeoff, complete takeoff for the 3 projects that we have done. So Adam, when you start working on your projects and I say we're going to start with the residential, you click here and all the work that you do is going to be mounted for your friend Chad on the residential. Housekeeping issues, everybody understand? I don't want you guys to go put your files everywhere. If we're working residential, the first 2 weeks, we're going to do residential. You're going to dump all your stuff on the residential. So we go residential here. If we're working, obviously, in commercial, you're going to put your stuff under commercial and vice versa if we're doing industrial. Or the same thing if we're doing industrial. Everybody understand how we're going to interface with this 3 projects, basically? We're going to work on them, take off for these 3 projects. When you do the work, we're going to use 3 softwares, Adam. Each one of these softwares is going to have a lot of data and what's not. You're going to dump that information right into that particular software. Can I have thumbs up, Chad? We understand how the layout of the project. Cool. This is the lab, the project. So this is my lab. Oops. So let me go back into now. What did I lose my network? The TML lab. Somebody's opening it probably. Okay. So go to instructor folder. In terms of lecture, my friends, the lectures right here. This is my lectures. I don't have anything for the lectures. I have lectures and syllabi. Homework. So do me a favor. You're going to have a folder. This is yours, Adam. You're going to build it. You're going to write from the get-go, you're going to create a folder. This is homework. And all the homework that I'm asking you guys to do, it's going to be inside this folder. Am I making sense? All your homework is going to be right in there, typed for me. The homework is very important for this. You're going to type your homework and put it right here. Okay. So these are the two classes that we're going to be going over. So if you go to the instructor folder, that's in your folder. In my folder, if you go to my folder, it's going to say same thing, except I have, so if we go to the lab Adam projects, I have all the stuff for your projects are right here. All the information that you need for your projects are right in here. And I'm going to go over them in a second. So feel free to copy them and put them in your team folder. When I put an assignment for you guys, I don't put it in your team folder. I put it in my team folder. You are to go there, copy it, and put it in the right appropriate location in your team folder. Does that make sense? Like we did in the commercial industrial. Am I making sense, Karen? When I put an assignment, they're all in my folder. You guys copy them into the right folder in your team folder. Cool? Okay, so let's, so all the stuff that you have in front of you is actually right in the instructor folder. If you want it in your folder, copy them and put them in your folder as well. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about a little bit about, I want to start with the, let's start with the big picture. Let's go to the big picture. Why are you guys paying for 4 credits at Dunwoody? That's the big picture, right? Big picture, we charge you an arm and leg to get you one very simple thing here. Really, the main part of this project is estimating. The project management, we did Microsoft project. We'll talk about project management presentation, how to manage people, blah, blah, blah. But the bread and the butter of this class is supposed to be takeoff. How do you take off for a project? How do you, from A through Z? Does that make sense? I'm using 3 means. One of them is going to be an Excel sheet. The other one is going to be AccuBid. And the third one is going to be McCormick. Does that make sense? So that's kind of what these 2 classes. One of them, I'll talk about the theory and how to apply it, basically direct lecture. The second one, we're going to take that software and hit the ground running with the projects that you guys have done. So let me go over the schedule. This is the first page that you guys have. This is called My Schedule. Let me go and expand it a little bit if I can, if I may. Does it want? Okay. All right. So electrical estimating and project management schedule, spring 2014 semester. This is where we are. We're starting March 31st, which is today, right? Monday. It's going to go all the way from March 31st. It's going to go all the way, guys, until May 16th, this class. So 7 weeks. So Karen, the first thing we need to be working on, guys, is this is week 1. You're going to see it all the time. So week 1, residential project Excel program. So if you can see week 1, we're going to be working, here's my week 1. We're going to be working on a residential project using an Excel sheet. So I'm going to do introduction. I'm doing it right now, introducing the estimating and what's not, and the software later on this week. Remember, this is a weekly schedule. Then we're going to do takeoff. The key point is we're going to be doing takeoff for power and light. That's the key point this week. You guys will, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab your residential project, lay out your residential project in the front of you, and you are to do a takeoff for lighting and power for the residential project. What is a takeoff? How do you take off? That's coming in the lecture. We have a lecture and a book and a bunch of things about it. So takeoff for power and lighting for the site plan, and these are familiar to you guys. We're going to do also for the garage and the swimming pool, for the upper level, for the lower level, and also we need to pay attention to the schedules so we can take how many circuit breakers in each one of these panels. So we have to go to the schedules and lighting schedule. This is the assignment for week 1. Does that make sense? I put it right there, guys, for you. Residential projects takeoff. In week 2, Adam, in week 2, we're going to be continue to work on residential projects. We do have a residential estimating speaker. I'm hoping we can get they haven't confirmed yet, but we are going to have a speaker to talk about estimating. Every week we will have a speaker or a field trip. That's my plan. So the first week we're not going to have just do the kickoff for the project. The next week we start having a speaker or a field trip. So we're going to have a speaker. Then next week, 2 weeks for residential. Then when you do the low voltage, same thing. Take off low voltage for the side, the garage and swimming pool, upper, lower, and at the end, you are to provide a bid summary and bid proposal. Have you guys done bid summary and bid proposal? Have you done take off before? I know you probably have done it with anybody else? No. So this is that's what you guys are learning here. So at the end, you're going to have, I think, probably 24 sheets of Excel sheet that you're going to print for your friend Chad. We have an Excel sheet that we use, talk about assemblies and what's not. So that's what you're going to be doing. The outcome is a complete takeoff for the residential project in 2 weeks. Very doable, not a whole lot, very doable. It's very doable, believe me. It's not hard. But there's a few skills that you have to learn. There is no Revit, no load calculation here. So you need to understand the hardest thing, Adam, for people to, when they do takeoff, is visually understanding how the system is put together. So that's probably what we'll be helping you with. Okay, week 3. In week 3, my friend, we will be, we have a commercial project. We will hit the commercial project. Now we'll close the residential with the blueprint and the spec, and we hit the commercial. Though we are going, this week is going to be a short week. We're going to lose 3 days in this week, so you plan accordingly. We will be losing 3 days. I would like you guys to go to the, we have the NCL Midwest Electrical Expo. You are already registered. It's free at the Convention Center in Minneapolis. Have anybody gone there before? This is the largest electrical gathering in the Midwest. Electrical contractors, electrical engineers, electrical manufacturers will be there. So what I would like you guys to do, I have a schedule for you these 2 days. You can, you know where the convention, you can walk to it from here. I typically walk, and then you go there. I'll assign to you guys certain classes to go to free of charge. They don't charge you when you get in, no charge, so you know. But I would like you guys in these 2 days to go to 3 assigned classes. I myself will be presenting 2 classes at this conference. One is about electrical load calculation, and the other one about medium voltage systems. So you don't have to come to your teacher, but I would like you guys assign you to come to at least 2 or 3 classes every day. So we have 2 days we're going to be there. That will be the 23rd and 24th. Friday, of course, it's closed. A Good Friday, so that will be closed. And then, so you plan accordingly. We only have 2 days in this week. So please plan accordingly. Then we hit the software. Basically, that day we're going to introduce you to McCormick software. I do already have a software ready to go for you guys. Next week they will be, or this week we'll be uploading them for you. First, I'm going to walk you through the software, and this is the hardest thing, Karen. Within 2 weeks, your friend Chad is going to walk you through a brand new software. Anybody have used McCormick before? So you're going to take, within 2 weeks, learn a new software and take off a project on it. Now remember what the outcome is. If you get 70%, they make you a professional engineer in the state of Minnesota. The more you get out of it, the better. Of course, I want to hit for as 100% of every assignment, but I'm happy with 70%. I would hope, guys, for your own sake, you're spending a lot of time and money here, is to take as much as you can get out of these softwares. Okay? So we'll do McCormick, and then we do takeoff. Do you see the word takeoff? Keep repeating it. So, and by the way, when you talk, what's the takeoff? You count and measure electrical components and assign the labor when you take them off, and assign the labor and the material, $1 and a labor for each one of these. So we do, we'll introduce McCormick. I would hope, I'm going to be walking you guys through McCormick. I'm hoping I find another expert go for McCormick. It's going to be a short week though. So we do the takeoff for lighting and power, the same thing for the site, and then we'll do it for the power riser. You have to look at the power riser and the floor plan. And also when we do takeoff for schedules, we're going to go and look at all the schedules that we did so you can pull information from them. Am I making sense, guys? In week 3, what's going to happen? So that's your week 3. Moving into week 4, Adam. For you, week 4, we have same thing. We're going to continue with the commercial project takeoff. Oops. With the commercial project, my commercial project takeoff. Oops. There you go. Week 4, and we're going to do takeoff low voltage and first floor. There you go. Takeoff site and first floor, and at the end, you are to provide a bid summary and a bid proposal for this project. Am I making sense, gentlemen? Bid proposal, bid summary for this commercial project. Now I can tell you everything is going to spill over, guys, into the 2 weeks. So the first week is going to be really short. We barely can walk you through McCormick. So it's going to be a tough week that week, working on the 2 projects. So we'll please plan accordingly. So that's week 4. Then we have week 5. Adam, we are to introduce AccuBid, and we will do the industrial project. We do have a speaker, of course. AccuBid introduction, and then we do the same thing, takeoff for all these lighting and power system. And for the first floor, we have, remember, the riser, the side, the first floor, second floor, and also all the schedules. Can you just see it repeat itself? We're doing takeoff for all these projects. Cool? That was in week 5. And then we have 2 weeks for every project, so you know. 2 weeks for every project. So then we hit the industrial project with low voltage, do the takeoff for the low voltage. Same thing for these locations. And then finally, Adam, you are to provide to your friend from the software, AccuBid. AccuBid will put all this information, guys, into AccuBid. AccuBid will bid summary and bid proposal for you, and you print it. Am I making sense? So this software. And the last week, guys, is final week. Final week is we have finalizing project and presentation. What I would like you guys to, yes, sir. I would like you guys to do a presentation here in this room. We might invite 1 or 2 people, but we're going to do presentation about estimating. A really nice idea. Here, we're not going to make a big fuss about it, but we're going to do it in our class. So you'll present to us, basically. There might be 1 or 2 people, but I'm not going to send invitation. And the reason why I'm not doing this one, Adam, because next year, what I'm doing, I'm staggering all these projects together and making the presentation at the end. So, but at this time, I would like you guys just to do it here for me. So you do, 1 of you will pick residential, commercial, industrial, and we'll present about it. That's all. Show me what you did. No hard feelings. So final projects, you're going to final project finalize the residential, of course, the commercial, the industrial, and you put together a short presentation for your friend Chad right in here. And then we call it a day. Am I making sense, gentlemen? Does it make sense? So that's what you're going to be looking, guys, at. So count on 2 new softwares, AccuBid and McCormick, that you will learn. Excel, the other software, Excel, is not really a new software. You guys know Excel. We will use it slightly. How many of you guys have connected 2 sheets together mathematically? Anybody have done connect sheets in Excel, connect them together? That's really hard. The hardest thing that you can, which is easy. You're going to see. Okay, so that's what we're going to be doing, guys, in these 7 weeks. Making sense? Exciting? Anybody's excited? Jump off the seat and with excitement? Nobody? What can I do to get you excited, guys? Sign off on you and say, get the heck out of here. We have to make it painful for you to make it worth something, right?
Yeah, slow down.
Painful.
Yeah.
You know, it's so easy, guys. It seems a lot of work, like everything else. When you go step by step, remember 7 weeks. And if you follow, and if you're at the top of each one of these softwares from the get-go, it goes so easy. Seminar that we're going to is really, you're going to enjoy it. Great seminar, the North Central Electric League. You should go there, get a lot of, what I do, I ask you guys to get at least 50 business cards from people. So that's an assignment because it's a day school. So, and you can get more than 50, believe me, you can get 50 in half an hour. But just so you can go walk around and get the business card, show me, here's my 50, keep it. I don't want it. But get the 50 people to build your contacts. Okay, so that's the assignment. Any comments, my friends? That's what you're going to be doing with your friend Chad. Comments, questions, complaints? Adam, it's not going to be hard, the presentation. It's really, as I said, right in here. So we're not going to invite a lot of people. We might have 1 person, but not more than that. Okay. Now we have the syllabi. Here's the syllabi for the lab. We call the lab is the takeoff, guys. Our lab is called the takeoff. Remember how the project was a lab when you were doing Revit? That was our lab. Our lab this time is kind of you put the blueprints in the front of you, and I want you guys to do them, color code them. I'll give you colored pencils. You're going to be coloring things, doing it by hand. The class, here's some information about Syllabi. The class, officially, it's called Electrical Estimating and Management Lab. Spring 2014. You guys know me now for one whole year. You probably got sick of your friend Chad. Information, Blue 19. I sit typically here, Karen. I don't sit in Blue 19 in my office. The time, instructor, if you guys want to meet with me, I say 12:30 to 1:30, but I'm always sitting here. This class, guys, it's going to start from 9:30 to 12:25. Like I said, there is one extra hour more than the state requires to do in this class, just so you know. Actually, not in this class, the other class. Monday through Friday. We start at 9:30 for this class at 12:25. All the information has been done at My Dunwoody. If you guys go there, it's already set and published for you. You can see the information. Okay, look at what the description of this class is called. Detailed estimation project management of residential, commercial, industrial, electrical construction project using industry software, scheduling and bidding of construction projects and project documentation. That's what you're going to be doing in this project. Making sense? Is it worth 2 credits? So the total hours is 108 hours, though you're going to see when you count all the hours, it will be 108 hours. 2 credits. The book that I want you guys to use is this book, please. So please buy this book, Adam, 72? How much? 75. It's there are more than one, right? Downstairs, there should be a bunch of them. So please get this one, $75. I need you guys to get this one. Very easy to use software, small little book. That's the only book they're going to buy for this. The only book. All the softwares are free of charge. So electrical estimating, Mike Holtz. I say 62 here, it's 75. But I need it ASAP, guys. A lot of homework is going to be assigned from it and a lot of assignments. So please. Okay. So we go into the core abilities. We have to, then learning supplies, estimating software, Excel, McCormick, and AccuBid. You guys will have access to these. Drafting software is Revit MEP. Revit MEP, you might be able to use it, Karen, if you want to do takeoff with Revit, counting. Revit can count things, so I left it there. But for the most part, these softwares, guys, I want you to count them by hand with some tools. Core abilities, this just talks about why you guys are here, because we want to teach you math and be good citizens and what's not. We went through that one. So we have communicate effectively using reading, writing, speaking, and listening skills. That's what Dunwoody as a college is doing, and you guys have demonstrated this one on the presentation. So I'm not going to read all this. Our program outcomes. The outcome is estimate electrical construction project, manage electrical construction and GE projects. So estimate and manage. Of course, management. You guys you can get a master degree in management. We're going to introduce you a little bit to electrical management and a lot of estimating. Does that make sense? Core abilities, or what we call them competencies, prepare electrical estimating. So here's what you're paying for. Preparing electrical estimating and bid proposal using industry standard softwares. You repeat it 3 times here because each one of these softwares, they're supposed to have been Excel, believe it or not. One of us using Excel, the other one is using McCormick, and the third one is using AccuBid. But the smart people at our college don't want us to use certain softwares there. So, but you understand why there are 3 times, because we're 3 softwares. Okay, then we're going to do develop project schedule by using industry standard softwares. Pre-design, design, we already did this one, guys, for the project, so I just want you to include this one, new projects, Microsoft project. Same thing for the commercial project, and the same thing for the industrial project. So that's basically it, project management. How am I going to be grading you, Karen? Here's what we're going to be grading you guys. Residential project, estimating assignment on time, doing things on time, you have 5%. You have project takeoff is 10%. Project summary is 10, and project proposal is 5. That's the residential. Moving to the commercial, same thing. Estimating on time, takeoff, project summary, and bid proposal, same. Can you guys see the same layout? 5, 10, 10, 5. 5, 10, 10, 5 for the 3 projects. You can see I'm an engineer. I like things kind of sequential. I don't like to put brakes, so I pump in the road. And so very, very clear. Summative assessment is estimate binder. When you guys, you will submit a binder like this for your friend Chad here. Here's a smaller binder. Is that an inch? Almost an inch binder. And you are to put the assignment that you guys have done for your friend Chad with a nice cover sheet and what's not. That's what you're going to submit at the end. All the projects that you've done. An inch should be more than what you need for this. Not a whole lot. But front and back though, double-sided when you print. And when you submit this one with the binder, you get 10% when you submit everything, for a total of 100% there. So that's what you're going to be on the project. When you submit all this, you get 100%. Grading scale, A is 95 or higher. That's our A, and I don't give less than a C, so C is 73 all the way to 76. When you look at your grades, guys, online, if it doesn't match this, bring it to my attention, because sometimes this is typically what we do all the time. Academic honesty, math, no cheating, nothing. There's nothing to cheat a whole lot. Plagiarism, I don't know, a whole lot of plagiarism. You're not writing an essay, an essay about the Civil War. What's that? They have softwares now. If you write a dissertation and you plagiarize, they can sit in a software and it will tell you word to word what were the matches. I don't know if you guys know that. So be careful if you do a master degree or so. Now we don't have any problem with that. Add a drop, withdraw. I don't know if you guys stuck with your friend Chad 7 more weeks, so I think it's too late to drop now. Disability. I'm not aware of any disability among you guys that I can see. If I can't see it, bring it to my attention. Doesn't have to be physical. Mental is also accepted. Incomplete grades. I don't like to give an incomplete, so make sure you finish your stuff on time. Otherwise, you'll hear from the Bloomington Police Department. So it's really not hard to finish it without assigned time. Respectful environment and student behavior. I don't have any problem with you guys. You've been great over the years, so we're good. Student academic assistant. You know, I think there's one little thing you guys probably agree on. I bug you so much when I'm here. How many times I bugged you? Do you need help? Do you need help? To the point where it's annoying, right? So I think if you need assistance, like we're going to work the same way, guys. I will introduce everything. You start working with it. I'll sit here. I keep from every half an hour or so, I'll swing by and bug you. Cool? Otherwise, you're adults. You're paying tons of money for your friend Chad and Dunwoody, so take advantage of it. Technology statement. You guys have been really good in using technology. Appropriate behavior. I didn't have any problem with that for the whole year. I like the classroom engagement and assessment. I gave you guys classroom engagement. I have 10 points to justify why I gave you 8 or 9 or 10 in the classroom engagement. I went over these, cooperating with and helping other students, participating in the classroom, research new materials, share employment, provide constructive criticism, not throwing things at your teacher while he's teaching. Right, Matt? Attending NCL evening meetings. You guys will be attending the North Central Electric League, the Expo, so that will count towards you. Computers shut down during lecture. I used to make people do that. It's in this day and age, guys, with a phone, they can sit on your phone. So you're adults. Positive attitude in the classroom, neat and clean and organized desk and basket. Please keep in that. We're engineers. You're not electricians here, or you're engineers. Even as an electrician, we require them to be neat. It's a OSHA requirement, as a matter of fact, because you're not neat, you're not safe, right? If you work in the field, if you're not neat, you're not safe. Okay, so these are attendance policy. I would like you guys to stay 95% of the time with your friend Chad. And you guys have been, for the most part, okay. And classroom schedule, Adam, this is what you're going to be doing. Basically, I just went through all this with you. The classroom schedule, the 6 weeks. That's what the project schedule that we went through. Cool? So that's the first class. Any comments, guys, about the first class? That's a lab. Comments, questions? Improvement is if you have any improvement for us, please bring it. So that's our lab. Let's go to our lecture. Oops, not here, Chad. No, don't close on me. All right. Did we close it? Did somebody do something to my laptop? No, I did something to my laptop. Okay, it closes on me here. Where are we here? Let's go to so let's go to the theory syllabi and right in here. That's what I wanted to walk you guys through. Close. There you go. Now the second class that you guys are paying for your friend Chad is called this, and these are, you guys have the handouts, right, Adam? We have electrical estimating and management applications. Applications is as in theory here. So I'm going to go over lectures. What is estimating? What's takeoff? And a bunch of other things. Same information for the class, gentlemen. Here's the goal of this class. Can you guys see it right in here? Process of estimating and project management for electrical construction projects, scheduling and bidding of construction projects, and project documentation. Long story short, in plain English, I'm going to tell you what's a takeoff, what's an assembly, walk you through the software, and walk you through this book that we'll be using, guys. That's the simplest book that you're going to find, Adam, that talks about estimating, you know, in particular estimating. For project management, I do have like 8 PowerPoint presentation I go over at the end, guys. It talks about how do you manage people who are different than you, Matt, they would drive you nuts. When you're a project manager, you're going to deal with people that you really, they're different, as in, you know, in many ways. So we talk about managing the project with the science and the science behind managing a project and what's not. So that will be our lecture. For this one, guys, what I would like you to have the same book that we talked about right here, that's $72, not $62. It's going to be the book that we're going to use for the estimating. It's 8 chapters. At the end of every chapter, Adam has the book here. We have 9 chapters. At the end of every chapter, there's the questions I would like you guys to go do each and every one of them. Did I make myself clear, guys? The end of this chapter, you have the questions, essay questions and multiple choice. And Derek, I have not seen easier to read, easier to find answers for a question than that. Your tests, math, and your final will be directly from this book. Did you guys hear me for that? Your test, Adam, and your final is from this. I do have the answer for these, so if you couldn't find the answer, I will give you the answers as well. Tests and finals are from where? From this book. So you know. We talked about the core ability before, guys. The outcome is management and estimating here. The outcome. The competencies that we want to do, guys, here is compile project contact information for estimating, construction, building, determine plans and specification, produce takeoff projects by counting electrical components and measuring circuit distances for estimating construction building, budget material and labor for estimating residential building, predict profit and overhead for estimating. These are what you guys are going to learn in this. Analyze the estimating for residential, commercial, and industrial, summarize, estimate for construction project, compose the bid proposal, explain project scheduling, including pre-design, design, and construction, and rough-in, and what's not. So it walks you through from the get-go, the estimating part, walk you from gathering information about project into submitting the proposal to get the project. I'm hoping I can get you guys a couple of really nice estimators, construction estimators and project management to talk about the whole process. Cool? So that's what you're going to be doing. Grading is the same thing. The way we're doing grading, guys, is right in here. We have formative assessment. We have test 1 and test 2, 25%. We have classroom engagement and homework, 10% each. And we have a final exam, 30% for a total of 100%. Cool? So we only have 2 tests and a final. Homework and in classroom engagement. Similar to what we've done, half of what we've done before with me, guys. Same in terms of grade, letter grade, same concept. We talked about academic honesty, plagiarism, add and drop, disability, incomplete, intellectual property statement, don't steal, respectful environment, student academic assistance, technology, appropriate behavior, and classroom engagement. 10 things I would like you guys to do. Same, very, very similar. Attendance policy, please make sure you are here 95% of the time, right? And the last thing is what I want to focus on is the schedule. What's expected from you guys in this class? That's probably I call it to-do list right in here. So what you're gonna see, guys, week 1, you can looking at week 1 right here. I'm gonna go over chapter 1 and chapter 2, Adam, from this book that you're looking at right here. And week 2, we're gonna go chapter 3 and 4, so 2 chapters a week. No problem. Week 3 and week 4, we're gonna go all the way to chapter 8. Actually, there is a chapter 9 in a new version here, so that will be all the way to chapter 9. And then week 5, 6, and 7, we're going to do Project Management 1, Project Management 2, Project Management 3. The homework, guys, can you guys see the homework assigned to you and when the tests are going to be located and what's covered on the test and what's not? Right in this schedule. Do you guys have a roadmap? Is that a roadmap for what we're going to be doing? Is it clear? What's the outcome in these last 7 weeks of the second year? Before we kick you out of here, except Matt, we like him so much, we're going to stick for another year, another semester, huh? Any comments, questions? So that's basically what we're going to be doing, guys, for this particular project. You know what the expectation is. We know what this is, the book that we're going to be using. Let me, so that's, I want to give you guys 5 minutes, and then I want to show you a couple of other things. Shall we do 1 to 5 minutes break before? Let me give you 5 minutes break. Let's go back into the takeoff, back into our schedule. We don't have our schedule in here. Close this one. Don't save. Okay, let me go back into the schedule, guys, and just show you a quick few things here. So we're going to go to, where are we, in the instructor folder. Go instructor folder. All this information, like I said, are in the instructor folder. So projects, I want to go open the schedule. The first page that you guys are having. So when we are dealing with, so when we're dealing with the residential project, can I guys get you to understand what you need for the residential project? So I'm just going to focus on the residential project right now. So when you're dealing with the residential project, here's what you need. You go to the instructor folder. So you can guys do that with me. If you go to the instructor folder, you should see S number 4-2 spring, that last one. It says spring estimating and project management. Double click on it. You're going to find 2 folders. When we're working on a lab, you're going to go to the lab, obviously. Click on the lab. When you go there, you're going to say projects. Click on the projects, and right in here, you're going to say commercial, industrial, and residential. I just uploaded them. The document that you guys are looking at right now, which is this document here, right here, this document is already loaded. You're looking at it right here. I do have a McCormick Key Assignment. I'm going to open this one for you. Do you have a question? Or you just okay. This is when you get McCormick, I will assign a key, a hardware key for you guys to run the software, and it will be checked to yourself, so do not lose it, please. We have close to 22 softwares that's functioning. You have much more than we need, but I'll give you guys each your own software key. It will be checked to yourself. You can take it overnight to work on the software, but you have to bring it back. So every time you take one of these, they are numbered, the keys are numbered, and I will check it to you. Thumbs up, Chad. So that's this document. You don't have to worry too much about it. We talked about this. Now when we go residential, click on residential. So Adam, when you go to the residential and you do the takeoff for the residential, the single most important thing that I'm going to be walking you guys, not today though, I'm going to be walking you through tomorrow morning, is this document right in here. I'm going to open this file. This is, if you go all the way, guys, it is close to 16 tabs. Can you guys see that? If you open it, this is the takeoff that you're going to be doing. If you click, you know how to deal with Excel, right? There are tabs. So you can go all the way to tab 1. Here's my tab 1. This is counting and taking off. There are 16 tabs, Adam. Tab 1, all the way, click here, go to tab 16, I believe, or 18. And that will be the worksheet summary. You already have this, guys. What you need to what we need to do is fill this information. It might not mean a whole lot to you yet, but that's the sheet, Karen, that we're going to be using the first 2 weeks. Can I have thumbs up, Chad? We know that this is a sheet that we're going to. So if you do me a favor today, because I don't want to hit you guys right away with I need to do lecture, but I don't lecture again for another 2 hours. So what I'm going to do, I would like you to take the time today, look through the sheet, just familiarize yourself with the sheet. So when we hit it tomorrow, it makes sense to you, okay? I want to remind you, here's takeoff 1, takeoff 2, takeoff 3, takeoff 4, bill of material. So just look at them and see how, and you keep going, right? Tabs, 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 a lot of tabs, all the way to proposal 1 and 2, and the worksheet. If you have a chance, read proposal 1 and 2, will you? And look at the bidding, read some of this stuff. This is all coming from this book that we have here. So everybody's okay with that? Just look at these guys' sheets, and then we'll go over them. That's the most important thing. The second thing, Karen, that we're going to be using when we do a residential, since the first 2 weeks are residential, if you guys look at the final design project, this is nothing new. This is what we did in the commercial in the commercial project. And so that's the information that you're going to be taking. Oops, come on, there you go. This is what you did, guys, with me in the in the residential project, Adam. So when you start taking off, this information is FYI. You're really not going to use it. What you need to do when you do the takeoff is take the blueprint. I do have the blueprint here. I will give it to you today with your project binder right on the top of your desk. Have a space for you, and you're going to start physically, mechanically with colored pencils taking off things for your friend Chad. When you take it off, guys, later on, if you want to know, is it GFCI? Was it GFCI or was it non-GFCI receptacle? And it's not specified in the spec, then you go to our project requirement that we require from you and check the information. So can I get a thumbs up, Chad? This info is FYI only. You're not going to use a whole lot of it. This is there just for you. You guys are familiar with it. You can get it also from your project. So that's why this document is here. But the most of the information is going to be coming from this EEO1 residential. Cool? So that's for the residential. When we go to the commercial, the next week, guys, you're going to find the same thing for the commercial project. Now we get higher. Commercial project, we're going to be using AccuBid. I will make sure this week or not next week is AccuBid is up and running in your machine. I will download it. You don't have it on your machine so far. I will download it, guys. Make sure it's up and running. With AccuBid, guys, we need to have quotation for lighting system. So we have quotation for you. Final design project, guys, and project development and spec. Does that look familiar to you guys? This is what we did in the commercial project. This is the requirement for the commercial project. Same thing, Adam. You will have the blueprint in the front of you with the requirement and start taking off. Okay, when we go to the industrial project, the same thing, guys. You're going to have, we just finished the industrial project, so it's fresh in your mind. We have the design bid project requirement, we have the scope, and we have the I don't know why we have the commercial. We shouldn't, this should not be here. Oops, I don't know if anybody's opening it. Oh, I see why. Because we got it from the commercial project because we did not have requirement for industrial. So okay, this should be the ECDM security, the security system that we did for the ECDM 2210. So these are just FYI only. Remember, all this should have been transferred directly into your blueprint. Okay, so that's basically what you guys are going to be doing. Can I have thumbs up, Chad? We know where we're going to be working and what we have. What you need from your friend Chad is 2 softwares up and running. You already have Excel, so my expectation today is go wander around with Excel, look at them, look at the requirement, read through them, so we can hit it the ground running tomorrow. And I want to make sure today that you guys have the softwares up and running. So do me a favor, can you guys go to your start program? Everybody can click on that icon here and go all programs. Do you see AccuBid? Everybody can see AccuBid right here. If you click on this and go all programs, you should see AccuBid. You don't? None of you? Seriously? Okay. Do you see Accubid anywhere? Accubid software? Don't sweat it too hard. That's the last software we're going to be using. I just want to make sure it's installed. Should have been on your machine. If not, then if you have chance also to today, swing by, let them download the Accubid on your machine. Okay. Remember, this guy we're going to use it the last 2 weeks, so we have a lot of time. But I would rather do it. So none of you guys have Accubid? Okay. Obviously, you don't have McCormick because I've not loaded. Okay. I just want to make sure that I know that one. So that's the residential, and then like I said, we're going to be doing the commercial with Accubid that you guys don't have it downloaded yet, and then we're going to do the industrial with I'm sorry, the commercial with the McCormick, the industrial with Accubid, Any comments, guys? Any questions about the requirement for this class? So that's what we're going to be doing. I do have the projects here, though. I don't want you guys to look at them because not a whole lot. I want you to give me information. I don't want you to copy them, but I do have the project here for reference only. Because I want you to do the work. I don't want you guys to copy them. We have enough time to do the work, and it's not really that complicated. So, any comments? Any questions? So, what we have done in the past, Adam, when they take off, especially in Revit and CAD, there is component in CAD where you can go count how many receptacles. It tells you how many receptacles you have. Same thing in Accubid. You can make Accubid count how many receptacles you have. But though my expectation from you guys is to do it by hand. So I would like to see at the end, I would like to see a colored blueprint, 22 by 34, of all the 3 projects that we have done, taken off. Based on color-coded criteria that I'm going to give you as we move on. If you want to go verify it with CAD and get how many receptacles from CAD, then that's fine with me. But ultimately, you're going to be doing it by hand, and you have a lot of softwares you're going to learn later on. So, any comments, questions? Does that make sense? So that's what we're going to be doing, guys, as we move on. So let me make sure why you don't have Accubid in your machine. So let me talk to the IT and see if they're ready for you guys to put Accubid today. So get this done. Let me contact McCormick and get McCormick up and running. For the time being, do me a very good favor. You can wrap up your stuff and look at the presentation, verify this today, and that will keep you busy for today anyway. Is that, Matt? Is that okay? Thank you. And then we'll hit it tomorrow.